Hi, Cindy Benson here. On Christmas Eve 2023, I published my first Livestock Guardian Dog online training course. I'm so excited to tell you about it here. It's been a project in the works for several years. This slide is the first slide in the course that I'm most proud of, and I have created this video so that I can tell you a little bit about it. So here goes. So the course is structured in 3 sections. How to get started has to do with what is a livestock guardian dog from a scientific standpoint. Why are they different than pet dogs? How to learn if they're right for you, if they're right for your circumstance or not. How to find the dog of your dreams, and what the dog is owed from an owner in terms of husbandry and care and management. This section, How Dogs Learn, is a fun one for me. It is the world through the eyes of an LGD. How they learn, what they care about, how to motivate them, how to speak their language effectively enough that you can live companionably with them and make good training choices for them. It can be easy to live with livestock guardian dogs if you come at it from that perspective. This section is about training, obviously. I am a positive reinforcement trainer. I don't use training methods that dogs are afraid of or will work to avoid. So in this section, I am offering training methodology, training tools that have to do with what current science has shown us about what is best for dogs and people. The first section in this part is training tools in the toolbox. Has to do with what kinds of things that you can use in terms of methodology to teach dogs things. What skills livestock guardian dogs need to be taught by people, what skills they need to learn from animals, and from there, how to train an LGD puppy, how to work with an adolescent LGD, how to deal with an adult LGD that comes into your life, how to deal with the changing circumstance of livestock populations. And the end of this section is a detailed one about troubleshooting and problems that people often have with LGDs. This shows all the aspects of my courses, or this course anyway. The slide content is the one you're looking at right now. The video content, there's 2.5 hours of video in this course. Everything that I advocate teaching a dog, I demonstrate in videos. So you don't have to read it and try to figure out what I'm talking about. You can read it and then you can watch it in a video, and then you can ask me questions about it. The additional readings are about 64 of them, I think, in the course. They're PDFs that you can download and keep that take a deeper dive into the summarized information that slide content necessitates. Knowledge checks, there's 3 questions at the end of each section that allow a student to take a look at how well they've assimilated the information. This isn't a pass-fail situation. I'm not fond of quizzes, so the answers to these questions are there, and they'll refer a student back to the slide that these things were discussed on so that a student can go back and go over it again and have a good understanding of it. This right here, I'm really, really excited about. In this course, there will be live Zoom sessions with me and with students and graduates of the course. In these sessions, they'll be once a week to once a month, depending on the needs of students. Students can submit questions to me. They can send me videos. They can. This is a real one-on-one situation. These Zoom sessions will be recorded, and they will be stored in a learning library that graduate students will have access to throughout the course. Graduates of the course will have access to this library for a year. Beyond that, the library is accessible through a paid subscription, and I'm still working out the details about that. But these provide a really good opportunity to learn after you graduated the course, because you can go back and look at all the discussions that have come later. But in the course, you can ask questions and you can get them answered before you don't have to go through and wonder what I'm trying to say. Oh, This slide gives more details about the way that I envision the Zoom sessions to work. It's a work in progress because the course is brand new, so there may be some changes to it, but my big goal with my courses is that they become interactive and welcome people to continue to be involved long after they've graduated the courses. So that's my dream with this. In the course, there are lots of videos. This is a video that's in the How Dogs. Let's see, what is an LGD? It's the first free course that I'll tell you about later, and the first part of this paid course that I'm showing you. I use videos of my own work with my dogs to teach. I've been doing that in blogs for years. These videos, I use Loom like I am now to do voiceovers and talk through what's going on, and these are great training tools, learning tools. I use these videos myself after I've done training to go back and look for things I've missed. I'd like to let this video play out and let you take a look at what videos in the course are like. It's also possible, I think I'll go back just slightly, maybe. We'll see how this works. On the slides in the course, up here, there is a tab for discussions. And if you click on that tab, you can send me a post, you can send me a message that shares your thoughts, asks questions, whatever. Those are very easy for me to keep track of and look at and answer. So in addition to asking questions on the Zoom sessions, you can ask questions on each and every slide without having to try to remember what it was you wanted to ask a question about. So let this go back to where I want it to be. So I'm going to let this play through to the end so you can watch, and I will leave you with that. Feel free to check in with me, any questions that you have. The way to take advantage of this is to log into the link that I'll provide in this write-up. Go to the home page. It will give you access to the free course, to this course, and to the learning community that I've created. You don't have to sign up for a course to be part of the learning community. It's a little bit like Facebook, but a whole lot safer and a whole lot friendlier. You can trust the information that's there. People will be kind. So you can get access to all of these products from the home page on the course. So I hope you enjoy this video. This is fun stuff for me, and I look forward to seeing you down the line. Hi. I'd like to talk with you a minute about canine social skills and why it matters and how it affects them as being capable livestock guardian dogs. So the stars of our show here, the two pups on the left are Cash and Sasha, their siblings, they're 4-month-old Morenos. The guy on the right with brown ear is Atlas. Atlas is 8 months old, and he's a Great Pyrenees Moreno cross. He came to me for training a couple months ahead of these guys, so he's actually been around some of my dogs, but you can't tell in his interaction with them. So dogs learn social skills from each other. They don't learn it, it's just how it goes. And learning those skills with dogs of similar age is helpful to them. They take their social skills and they use those skills to interact with livestock. That's their base of basic communication, is what they've learned as pups about how to communicate with the world. So as you watch this video, watch the two pups and the speed that they are and the body language that they use to interact with Atlas and kind of ask you to slow down. And watch Atlas and the speed and the way he uses his body, and then try to picture either the pups or Atlas with sheep and what a sheep would do. So the puppies are low and slow, feet on the ground, moving softly. They're not afraid of him, but they're using signals to ask him to back off. The pup that sat down and put his foot up is asking Atlas to just slow up a little bit, and Atlas is oblivious to this. No malice whatsoever in this dog. He's just a fast guy. So he's using his body a lot to move those puppies around. If he did that with livestock, especially something as vulnerable as sheep or goats, would not be well received. So they've been at this for a little while here, and he just is not figuring out that there's a different kind of a language, and if those pups were older dogs, they might push him back rather than tolerating. Atlas is a wonderful dog, no malice about him at all, but he's socially challenged, and he will be all of his life, because in that important window of development, he didn't have another dog to learn from. So this is a very preventable situation with livestock guardian dogs, and it's one of the reasons that I advocate LGDs not working alone, because they need those really good social skills. If there was a sheep in here with the pair or with Atlas, the pair of dogs, the sheep would probably hang around. With Atlas, they'd move away, and as he continued towards them, they'd move farther, and they'd move faster, and he'd move faster. And this is a really common way for a young, socially deprived LGD to learn to chase livestock. And if you set the dogs up differently, they can interact completely differently, and it goes much better for everyone.